Hey everyone, Agile Coach Omar here. So in this Q&A session, we went over powerful questions. We went over what kind of tools you need to use as a Scrum Master in 2025. What are the main steps that you need to take from going from total stranger to secure a Scrum Master job? And we went over AI. This is an important session for you. Let's dive in. So we are the 16th of September. By the way, I don't know if you knew that, but September is one of the best months of the year in terms of the quantity of Scrum Master jobs. So September, October, September, October, March, April, those 4 months are the best months in terms of quantity. Okay, for you to know. And November, we're going down. That's because, December, January, it's going to be very slow. But November, why it's going down? Because companies are, um, they're looking for their budgets for the next year. By 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 November, they should have already have a clue about their budget already. Okay. So that's why November, they're gonna look at their budget. They're gonna see if they want more Scrum Masters, Agile coaches, stuff like that. Okay. So that's why November goes down. December and January is the slowest 2 months of the year. Okay. February, we start to go up. I feel that February and November looks alike in terms of quantity, but then March, April, May, they're good. Okay. And then we go back to summer. August is not very good as a month. August, July, June is better. Anyways, it's a game. Uh, we need to play by the game, but we also need to hack the system to secure that job. Okay. So we have others have just joined. Does anyone have any question? How is everyone? And I need to share something. I need to share something new with you guys. But first, does anyone have any question? Where are you stuck? Like, you can tell me, where are you stuck so I can maybe help you.
Question in the chat if you can hear me.
Angela, you wrote something in the chat. So with me being new with Scrum, I want to know if I was to get hired, what would my first day look like? Someone be there when to guide me and assist me at first. Okay. Now, some companies, okay, they would already have agile coaches that can assist you. Most companies, of course, they don't have you as a Scrum Master, just you. They have other Scrum Masters. So they should have a community of practice for Scrum Masters. Okay? But anyways, in this community, you're gonna also get the support you need when you start as a Scrum Master. Okay? So for example, in the SMH program, some of them are new to their new Scrum Master job, and they come to the SMH program and they ask their questions and they get help with that. Okay. For example, uh, for example, I can say something like, well, I'm a new Scrum Masters and I have um, a product owner that maybe needs a lot of help. He's an old school and doesn't join our ceremonies. What can I do? Okay, you can come and ask those kind of questions. All right, Angela. Now another thing is I have a checklist of your first month as a Scrum Master. Okay, it's available in the community, the Scrum Master Hackers community on school. I need to find out where it is, but the checklist is there. It will tell you literally what to do first thing. Okay, first do that with a check. You check it with some comments. You can write some comments. You do the next thing, the third thing. That's for your whole month. Okay, this way you're gonna sound, smart. You know what you're doing, and the people were gonna see you. They're gonna see you as someone really like with experience. You know what you're doing. Okay. So after this call, chat with me. Remind me to find this link for you. This file. I think it's a PDF file. Okay. Awesome. There is another question here by Kathy. Is our certification called Safe SSM 6.0? Yes. No, it's not SASM. It's Safe SSM. SASM is Advanced Scrum Master.
Okay. What does that mean? Advanced Scrum Master. I mean, how
There are two
advanced can you
different
be in a framework?
There are two different. No, wait. SAFE is a framework. They have over 15 certificates, 15 different certificates. They have two levels of Scrum Master certificates: the SSM, Safe Scrum Master, and the SASM, Safe Advanced Scrum Master.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. I was looking for just kind of looking on the market, just seeing what was out there for a safe Scrum Master, and I found one in Washington D.C. and it said, needs to be a safe 6.0 Scrum Master certification, but they preferred the SASM, SPC, and SA.
Okay.
So,
Now, SA is Scaled Agilist. That is the introduction of SAFE,
okay.
which is, you know, equal to SSM. Now, SPC, I have an SPC, okay? It's
Uh-huh.
very, it's the highest certificate in safe. I mean, if they're looking for an SPC, that role is very advanced role. They need someone with 10 years experience or more,
Mm-hmm.
okay?
Yep.
But,
Okay.
however, apply for that. You never know,
Right.
okay?
So you're looking for a unicorn in the forest type of thing.
Yes. So, Aaron, I have my CSM, CSPO, and PMP, but I'm not sure how to turn this into a job. Well, those, even though they are good certificates, you don't have a safe certificate. That means you will always get filtered out and will never get an interview. That is because all companies are scaling agility. Okay, pay attention to that. All companies are not working in Scrum at team level only. Okay, they are scaling agility. So you need either a safe certificate, a Scrum at Scale certificate, a Nexus certificate, a Discipline Agile certificate. Okay, otherwise, if you don't have a scaled Agile certificate, I mean, you will be filtered out. Okay. Now the CSPO, even though it's a good certificate, like I mean, you don't need that. This will not help you because this is a product owner certificate. Okay. People think that, yeah, let me go get the PSM one and then the PSPO or the CSPO. This way I will have a better chance to secure a Scrum Master job. Well, it's not okay, it's not gonna give you more chances. It's not that certificate. Okay, it's two different roles. Even though you're gonna work closely every day with your product owner, but two different things. Okay. And even PMP do not help Scrum Masters secure a job unless they're asking for it. Because, and by the way, a lot of Scrum Master roles is also a project manager role. That's what they're asking. Okay. This is also two different roles, but they're asking a Scrum Master with project management or a project manager with Scrum experience. Okay. But to really get a chance to get an interview, you need a safe or a scaled agile certificate. Okay, so Cassidy is asking, as a Scrum Master, what software have you personally used the most? If you remember, Cassidy and everyone, that if we go back to the Agile Manifesto, okay, it's more about people than processes and tools. Tools are softwares, okay? So they're important to have softwares, but the interactions with people is more important. These days, like me personally, because of the contracts I got during my last 12 years, the most was Jira and Confluence, okay? And that was the most. But I also touched Azure DevOps, which is equal to Jira. I also touch Rally. Rally is also like Jira. But the one thing that is almost everywhere, like 95% of the places that I went to, is Microsoft 365. So Power, like the whole Microsoft suite, Outlook, Teams, okay, Whiteboard. Most of the companies, the big companies, are using Microsoft 365. So it's good for you to really be familiar with that.
Thank you.
Okay, awesome. Any other questions? For those who can talk, I mean, ask me your question with your voice. That's even better. If not, if you can't, write them in the chat. But like I said, I have something to share with you guys. It's important. And by the way, this is recorded because a lot more people are watching the recordings, but your questions are all so valid, so important. Okay. Uh, all right. Cassidy, I see you typing. And Adaku is also typing. I'm gonna wait for that, respond to your questions, and then I will share what I got, some news from hiring managers. So because Scrum is project-based, do you have to find new jobs frequently? Well, no. If you are a contractor, yes. I'm a contractor. By the way, every year I have to apply for new contracts, submit my resumes, do interviews, okay? I am doing exactly what I teach in the Scrum Master Hackers community. Okay? The exact steps that I'm taking is in the community, inside the courses. Okay? For example, how I write my resume and how I create one based on a job description using ChatGPT. How I optimize my LinkedIn profile. How I connect with recruiters. How I grow my network. Okay? All right, how I apply to those jobs on LinkedIn. I know there is Indeed, Dice, and other platforms, job boards, but I only use LinkedIn, by the way. And you know what? Most of the contracts that I signed during my last 12 years are not even jobs that I applied to myself, okay? Because of my network. So I get messages, I get emails, okay? So they tell me, look, Omar, are you available for a new contract? That is because my LinkedIn is well optimized. And my network, I have over 25K people on LinkedIn. Most of them are recruiters, agile coaches, Scrum Masters, like-minded people. Okay, so if you have 500 connections, 1,000 connections, I mean, your network will not work that hard to help you get a Scrum Master job. So you need to double down on applying. Okay, go on LinkedIn. Last week, by the way, I mentioned that if you really want a job, a Scrum Master job, go on LinkedIn, search for the Scrum Master job in your city, and you put past 24 hours only. Okay, so you only are getting the last 24 hours Scrum Master jobs. Every 2 hours, you need to refresh that. So you apply early. Some hiring managers tell us the first hour of posting, they already got enough to know who to interview. Okay, so applying very early is also key to get interviews. Okay, now if you're a Scrum Master as an employee, you don't need to find a new job every year. You're an employee as a Scrum Master. There are projects and they have other projects. You know what I mean? Always they have new projects. Those companies, they hire people because they know they will never end with projects. Okay? Otherwise, if they know that the project will end, it's better for them to hire a contractor, a consultant. Okay? Awesome.
Thank you.
Any other questions before? No other questions? I thought you were typing. You're not typing anymore.
Yeah, I sent my question, but it's not going. I don't know why.
Okay, what is your question? I can hear you.
Okay, I'm based in the UK and I did the Google Project Management course and also recently completed an Agile Project Management Bootcamp. I'm looking to get a professional certification to help me land a job. Which do you advise I get first?
Okay, 1 second. Do you want a Scrum Master job or a project management job?
Any of them.
You can't any. It's one or the other because you need to optimize your profile based on the role. Do you have a safe certificate?
No, I don't have any professional certificate yet.
Okay, now, so here, Scrum Master Hackers, we help people become Scrum Masters, not project managers. Okay, so I don't help with PMP, for example. Okay, but when you look for jobs, you're gonna find a lot of project management slash Scrum Master roles. This is normal. Okay,
Okay.
so if you want to become a Scrum Master, by the way, did you take a look of our Scrum Master Hackers classroom?
Yes, I did.
So this is your roadmap to secure a Scrum Master job. Okay, first you need to understand your roadmap, what you need. Okay, so you start here, then go over the foundation of Agile, Scrum, okay, some theories, some day-to-day activities. Then you need to have a PSM1 certificate, okay, the training. So instead of going and paying for over $1,000, the PSM1 certificate training here, it's not for free anymore, but it's for $5. Imagine. Okay, by the way, if you don't believe me, this is scrum.org. Scrum.org. We're gonna show you how much a PSM1 training is. Okay, so training. search classes. So for example, I don't know, do we have, if I click on details, this is 1,495. Okay, so we have it for $5 here. Okay,
You offer the
now
class
pay
and certificate
attention.
for 5?
My training is not called PSM1 training. It's a Scrum Master training that I created that when you use it, when you go over it, you can pass the PSM1 exam almost guaranteed first attempt, because there are also 3 sample PSM1 exam. Okay, if you would like to pay $1,400, go for it. It's still good. If you don't want to pay this much, you can do it through our community. Okay, so that's your third step to secure a Scrum Master job. Then this certificate is not enough. Okay, you need a SAFe certificate or a Scaled Agile certificate. Okay, so step number 4, you need this certificate. This is a higher level. This is a Scrum Master working with one team, but with also other teams working together on the same mission, same project, same products. And then you need to have to, after getting your certificates, you need to practice interviews, have hands-on experience, know what to coach people about, and then you prepare your resume, your LinkedIn profile. You, like for example here, you know how to interviews, you get access to interview questions. Okay, the scenario based. This is how you prepare yourself for a Scrum Master role. Okay, uh, um, Scrum Master resume, LinkedIn profile, you optimize it. So yes, so you cannot just hope to get a job without being prepared for it, everyone. And a lot of people, by the way, because I've been doing this for a very long time, people think that they are ready to apply for Scrum Master job, but in reality, they still have a lot of gaps that we need to work on before they can apply. People think that I'm applying, it's been 6 months applying and never got an interview or a phone call, or maybe I got 2 interviews in the past 6 months. Well, that means there is a problem. Okay, if you are that kind of person, reach out to me, chat with me on school, or send me an email or whatever, because you have a gap and we can fill that gap. Okay, we can find where that gap is so you can start getting those interviews. Okay, awesome. If you want to become a project manager, Adaku, it's different path, something similar to this but very different. Okay,
Okay. Thank you, Omar.
you're welcome. Awesome. Other questions? Okay, so I want to just tell you, I want to tell you like what, like last week, Thursday, I had a conversation with a hiring manager. Okay, and I was asking like, I'm asking them, there's not like, what is going on with agile roles? Where are we going? Are you companies still looking for Scrum Masters the way it used to be in 2018, for example, 2019, even during COVID? That was amazing days when we like as Scrum Masters. And by the way, back in 2018, companies did not really understood the role of a Scrum Master. So anyone with a PSM1 and they say, I'm good with facilitating ceremonies, they hired them. Okay, but today companies know exactly that a Scrum Master is a coach first. They help teams become better teams. They become they deliver better results with values. You know what I mean? This is the role of a Scrum Master. It's not only a facilitator, a servant leader, not only that, no. So now that's why companies are now very picky. Okay, they know exactly what a Scrum Master is. So when they do an interview with someone, the first 5 minutes, they will be able to know if that person know exactly what a Scrum Master is, has experience or not. Okay? Okay. So I asked this hiring manager, what's going on? Like, what are you doing in your companies? Are you still looking for Scrum Masters, Agile coaches, Agile agents? They said that person told me yes. However, started 2 months ago, or the trend started 2 months ago, that the majority of the budgets, okay, the majority of companies' budgets are going to AI. Companies want to replace their softwares or embed in their softwares AI everywhere. Okay? Now, there are few budget left for agile transformation, fewer budget left to acquire new Scrum Masters and agile coaches. And that's gonna stay like this for between 12 to 18 months. In that period, most of the budgets are gonna go to AI to change all their ecosystem, their softwares, and all of that. Now, after 12 or 18 months, depends on every company, of course, there's gonna be a booming on management people. Scrum Masters are one of them, of course. Why? Because let me tell you something. Today, without AI, let's say we have 100 developers, okay, within 10 teams, okay? We need 50 management people between product owners, product managers, okay, project managers, Scrum Masters, RTEs. We need 50 management in the management layer to work with 100 developers. Now, when AI is in place, now we have 100 developers plus AI. Now they are very powerful teams. They're gonna deliver a lot faster, okay? More sophisticated. So to handle that, we can't handle it with only 50 management people. Now we need 100 management people for 100 plus AI developers. Okay? This is where we're going. Now the question is, are you ready when they need these kind of management people? Now, AI is in place. That means you as a Scrum Master, if you don't know how to prompt AI, you will not get a job. So you need to be an AI Scrum Master. I've been using AI for over a year now, every day, in everything I do, as an Agile Coach, Scrum Master, RTE. And it's helping me a lot. It's much faster to figure out things, okay? It will never be able to replace me because we need that human management thinking brain to help me go to the next step. Okay? Now, again, developers with AI, they're gonna work faster, much more powerful. We need management that can handle this pace. Okay? They're gonna hire strong management people. So you need to be prepared for that. Okay, so a certificate is not enough. A certificate with safe also not enough. Now you need to know AI. You need to know what to coach people about. Okay, you need to know how to create a coaching plan for your team. You need to know how to work with other teams, other Scrum Masters. So you really need to become that Scrum Master. Your brain should function as a Scrum Master and not only saying, yeah, I know the ceremonies, I know how to do a daily stand up. This is not enough. They don't want people like that. Okay, they want leaders, they want thinkers, they want people who, Scrum Masters who really can handle the pace of how much teams can handle. Okay, you're gonna also help your team because when things are going fast, they're gonna fail faster, right? You're going to help your team to handle failure and make sure that every failure is actually a step forward to succeed, to become a better team. Okay, these kind of mindset, you really need to have that. Okay, awesome. Now, of course, within that 12 to 18 months, they still need Scrum Masters. Like, I don't know if you were here because I started this session by telling you that September and October are one of the best months in the whole year as quantity of Scrum Master jobs. Okay, I said September, October, March, April, May. Okay, those are the best in the month in the year. Okay, so um, so yeah, if you're looking for Scrum Master jobs right now, September is a good month. All right, if you're ready, if you have the steps that I showed you, now only like I told you about a safe certificate is very important, right? Now, if you only have that and your resume is not good enough, you will not also get any interview. So you need to know how to use AI to create the best resume, a version of your current resume for that job description. I have never applied for a job with the resume that is on my folder for a long time. However, I bring my resume, go on ChatGPT, copy paste my resume, copy paste the job description, and ask ChatGPT, make sure that my resume match this job description, and let me download it as a Word document. ChatGPT will create all of that for me, and I just click a button and download it and apply with it. And I'm not going to use that job, that resume again, because every job description is a different resume. Okay? Does anyone have any question?
So what are some of the good tools that we need to learn to get ahead of the curve here?
It's not much about the tools, okay?
Okay.
The only thing you really need to know is what really is a Scrum Master as a
Mm-hmm.
person, as a
Mm-hmm.
profile, and you need to think of AI as your best assistant in everything and how to use that assistant very well. So your prompts need to be sharp.
Okay. So learning tools like the Chat GPT, Copilot, and all those AI tools would be a good thing to have in your back pocket.
Yeah, now if you know how to use ChatGPT, it's exactly the same way you use Copilot or any other AI agent.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Because a
Okay.
Scrum Master is like, oh, sorry.
Yes, Cassidy, what did you say?
So because a Scrum Master is like, a coach, a facilitator and all that, how do you incorporate AI into that if it's more of a personable job?
Good question. I'm gonna give you one example that I use. Okay, I go on ChatGPT and I tell, well, before that, when I have a new contract, by the way, when I sign a new contract, okay, and I started my first day, I, of course, break ice with a lot of people, right? After breaking the ice and get introduced and talking with people, what do? I go on ChatGPT and I create a GPT for that new contract, and I will tell GPT that, look, I'm a new Scrum Master for this team, the name of the team. And in that team, we have John. He is a developer, software developer, like back end. We have Emily, a front end developer. So I put all the names of the developers, the people, the team members. I put their names and I put their profession, their expertise, what they do. And then I keep that, okay? I also tell GPT what we're working on, what is our mission, okay? Where our, like, what the backlog looks like, okay? I cannot copy paste the backlog and put it in GPT, but how it looks like, okay? And some places, by the way, it is forbidden for you to give ChatGPT some sensitive information. You need to pay attention to that as well. So just general ideas. And then I also tell ChatGPT that, well, my team doesn't know enough Agile. So they are new to this. Give me a coaching plan for the next 3 months, 1 hour per week, to help them have a higher Agile maturity, and help me figure out how I can discover, or how I can calculate their maturity out of 10, and how can I, like, get the result? How can I get the score? Okay, what kind of things I need to do to get the score every month to see how we're growing? Okay, ChatGPT will give me a plan here. Now, let's say it gave me a plan of 30 coaching sessions, let's say. And ChatGPT will tell me your first coaching session is about, I don't know, like creating a working agreement. I will say, okay, great. What about you create for me a presentation about working agreement? Don't make it so long. I want the first half hour a presentation for me to teach, the other half an hour to collaborate, to have a whiteboard, putting post-its, and do that together. It will create that for me. You do that for every coaching session. Okay? Another example. Well, I have two people within the team having a conflict. I go on ChatGPT. Hey, by the way, this person with that person are having conflict on different ideas about doing this kind of thing. What should I do next? I don't want to have this conflict become uh, a burden to the team. ChatGPT will tell me what to do next. It might tell me, go do a problem solving workshop meeting with your team, have this problem statement in front of them, and let's everyone collaborate on how to solve this. Okay? This is how you use AI. All right, we have Othman. Mr. Msaddi, can you repeat the steps you talked about a few minutes ago? What steps are you talking about to become a Scrum Master? If you go, I'm sharing my screen once again. If you go to the classroom of our Scrum Master Hackers, those are the steps. First, start here to figure out, to know what is coming, okay? Here, when you click on start here and you go over that, okay, you will know you will know exactly like how hard it's gonna be for you to become a Scrum Master. Okay, if it's something you really want to do or not. Okay, so before paying any money to any certificates, any training, you go over this and that, and you already know if this is for me or not. Okay? A lot of people go get the training, pay a lot of money, they become certified, and then they figure out, oh, this is too much for me. I cannot do that. So I'm doing you a favor to go over those 2 steps before doing any training and certificates, okay? Before paying any money. So second step, the foundation of Agile, Scrum, all of that. You get your first certificate with this training here. You really need to get this second certificate, a higher certificate. Then you prepare yourself to apply by interview simulations, hands-on experience, uh, agile coaching, and to get hired, you need an optimized LinkedIn profile, a very good resume. This way, you get hired, okay? Awesome. Angela, so we do not necessarily have to pay to get trained in how to use AI. We can just be familiar with it on our own, correct? Yes, Angela, that is correct. However, by the way, I'm working on an AI Scrum Master course. I'm creating that kind of course. Whatever I just explained, like those prompts, I'm going to put that in the course. How to use AI as a Scrum Master, as an Agile coach, uh, how it can be your best assistant. And without it, you will never work again. Okay? Awesome. Hey, Angela, did you have your hand raised? Yes, Angela. You're on mute.
I'm done. I'm done. That was it.
You're good? Okay, awesome. Perfect. Any other questions? Does anyone is surprised about anything I said? About
No, no.
no?
Mm-mm.
Awesome. Perfect. Maybe for some and maybe for others, no. Okay, so yes, now 12 to 18 months, we're not gonna find a lot, like huge number of Scrum Master jobs available, but I'm very excited on what's coming next. It's gonna be huge. Okay, and no, AI will not replace your job. AI will, uh, a person that can use AI will replace you, whether you are a developer, whether you are a Scrum Master, a director, whatever. Okay, some people are afraid that, yeah, we are, for example, we are 10 developers in our team. Because of AI, they're gonna fire 5, and we're gonna stay 5 in the team doing the same thing. But that's so stupid, because companies, they prefer to deliver more, faster, have return on investment higher. So they keep those 10, deliver faster, deliver more, make more money. But the management should be able to manage all of that in this pace. Okay? All right. No more questions? Okay. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. We're going to stop here. If you need anything, just chat with me. Ask me your question there. Go on community, post your question there. Other people will reply as well. Okay. And if you have also any question about those steps, just let me know. Cassidy is typing. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Awesome. Thank you. All right, everyone. Bye.